Hi folks, and in this video what we're actually going to do is fix a bit of code that we have at this moment in time to make our system work for when we actually pick up objects. Now, what I've done is I've actually had a look at some of my previous code that we've done, and we did something a bit silly, and that is we actually set all the quest giver information up on the actual individual NPC players. But this information we actually need to send from our main player because it's higher up in the architecture of the game's engine. So with that in mind, this quest giver info, which is the quest info from this structure here, needs to be built and put into this structure here. So what we're going to do is create a new variable and call it quest giver info all. There we go, and then we need to set this to quest info, just like so. So it's then bringing the structure information across from this element that we're always updating. Now, what this means is if we go to our quest information, we no longer need the quest giver info section, and instead we can just call it across from quest giver info all from our main player. Quest giver all info get, and then set. Because all the data's the actual same, we don't actually need to change any of that at all, and it's actually going to make this a lot more optimized, so I can actually completely get rid of that quest giver information there as well, which is actually going to speed this up no ends amount. Right, so if we then go to our pickup armor, what we want to do is have it so now when our player goes to the characters and then we pick up the object, it will say yes, you've got the tunic or the leather armor, depending on who we're actually talking to. As you see at the moment, it doesn't actually update that. So what we're going to do is go to our pickup armor. We're going to then call from here, and remember we're calling quest info giver all. We're then going to break this information, and then we're going to set it based on the quest index here. So set array element just like we did previously. Now the first things you'll notice are we need to find out the actual index of the character and the item, so we can actually do that quite easily because we already have that data being sent to the quest giver information. So if I go to here, I can drag out quest giver information. Quest, there you go, current quest info structure, that's what we called it, and break this. There we go, we actually have our current quest index just there, and then the item is of course what we want the text to output for this character, and we want to change this to the end of the quest, so when you picked up this object you get something from quest element and text. So if we have a quick look, where did we put this? It was under our HUDs, it was our speaking to NPCs HUD, and it was the actual graph. There you go, we want the actual second integer from this index. So if we go to our pickup armor and we set this to 2, compile this code, now what should happen is when I walk to my character the first time, can you get the tunic please? Where's my tunic? And then I pick the tunic up, and he says, well done, you've got the tunic. Now if I go speak to my other character, it's asking me to get the leather armor, and it hasn't updated to saying you've got the leather armor until of course you pick up the leather armor, and then you now have the leather armor as well. And that, folks, is how we build quite a interesting and easy to use quest system now, because all we have to do is play around with, we don't need that, is play around with the object index, which of course we made as a public variable, and also the character index, the NPC quest giver, which of course is also a public variable. So if we want to add a new player in and new content, we can do that quite easily by literally just dragging and dropping or creating a child of the actor class, call them John, drag them in, and then all we have to do is set the data for them on this side here. So I can now set his quest giver index to 2, or if I want I can then go on to build a third quest giver index, and there we go. At the moment he's got no information set to him, so he won't actually appear with anything. But if we want to, and we can expand upon it, we can go to this lovely quest giver info list down here and start adding new elements in. So if I go John like so, save, and then go speak to John, there you go, his information appears. And now we have quite a robust system for our questing system.